I thought I'd do a quick review of War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. So I just watched it with my daughter, and we both laughed ourselves silly. So the movie is misunderstood. Yes, it's the worst movie in the world, I suppose. If you, basically compare it to a real sort of, lots of special effects, very expensive movie to make. But this movie was not expensive to make. Essentially, they must have called Ice Cube and said, listen, we're doing this movie, we'll pay you $500,000, and it's all in front of a webcam. And the same thing for the other actors, it's all in front of a single character. And, we're going to use stock footage. And watch, I don't think like Ice Cube or any of the actors could know how it's going to come out. I don't think somebody could really explain it. But it's really a genius movie. It's a movie anybody could make, I feel, like on YouTube. Like any bunch of young people could get together, write the script, and create this movie. Like none of the technical parts of the movie are beyond the capabilities of any filmmaker, because you can go get they use stock footage. They use stock footage, I think, from Ukraine or Gaza. It's just bizarre stuff. Like they'll show a guy in a cockpit of like an F-16, but then they'll show a B-2 bomber. They don't even care. They show artillery from like rusted out artillery. Like they don't care. Like a lot of the footage, they're not even taking the footage like, oh, we want to make this realistic. They don't even care. They're like, oh, we want to show some destruction. Oh, let's show some broken down tanks, that kind of stuff. So even though and again, I only expected to watch like 10 minutes of the movie. So we're watching this movie and we're starting to laugh, and I'm like, not quite clear. Well, is it a comedy? Like, do they know that they're doing this seriously, but it's really funny, or are they trying to be funny? It was hard to determine early on. And I think that's where this movie is misunderstood, because I bet a lot of people they start watching it and they're just like, yeah, this is just horrible, because it is horrible if you take it as a pure like science fiction action adventure. But if you watch it as satire, it is very funny. And in the last half hour, they just put all the we're going to play it for real parts aside, and they go for pure humor. Like there's the scene where, well, I don't want to give it away. Yeah, how bad can a movie be if you don't want to explain some of the funny scenes in it, right? No, you should watch it. There are some howler lines of it. What I really sort of love about the movie is so Ice Cube is like your normal like worker boomer dude, or guy, I mean, that he's black makes it funnier, because in a way he's playing like the typical executive's life, like white executive's life, if I can say that, at the office, right? So he's at the office, he's doing his thing, he's getting Zoom calls from work, from his daughter, from his son, he's juggling all these things, his friend who works at NASA. So he's trying to juggle all these things, going on. And, of course, everything is like sort of crazy. And he has this boomer mentality, like, I'm in control of everything. Like, yeah, like I'm good at my job, So I'm doing that. It's just, and Ice Cube just nails the performance. And so I recently saw Naked Gun, and I enjoyed Naked Gun. Naked Gun was fun. But this movie shows why this movie is better than Naked Gun. Is that Naked Gun, I can never totally buy off that the lead actor, I forgot his name, was he just couldn't really do the straight man dead stuff, the way Leslie Nielsen could do. But Ice Cube just nailed this performance. Like every line he said with such conviction and realism, and that's what made it really funny, because I can't believe like anybody would read the script and be like, oh, this is really, I mean, it's hard to explain. Like a straight man, you have to play it for real, but you also sort of have to play it for humor too, right? The audience has to be with you, right? They have to believe that you're actually seeing something for the first time. You actually believe what you're saying, but they also have to believe that you're not like out of complete I'm not explaining it right. But anyway, this movie is a masterclass from Ice Cube of the ability to do satire for 2 hours or an hour and a half, and it's really funny. And the script is very funny. There are so many funny things in it. And I think the first, well, there are many tips, but like this doesn't give anything away. But this is like a tip to like they're definitely having fun. So there's a scene where the young kid is flying the drone to bring a USB key to Ice Cube. You cannot make this stuff up in this movie. I'm telling you, it's genius and stuff. But anyway, he's flying this drone to bring this USB key to Ice Cube because Ice Cube says USB keys aren't allowed in the Department of Defense or whatever, right? And there's the aliens are after him, and he goes, "No, I got a boogie on my tail." It's not boogie, it's bogey. Now the writers must know this. Somebody on the set would know the right word is bogey, but they're having fun. Again, this is a very, very small thing in the movie. I got a boogie on my tail. Like it's just there's so many scenes like that. And my daughter was saying, because it's my birthday today, she says, we should watch this for your birthday every year. I'm like, yeah, because I think it'll be just as funny next year as this year. So anyway, I just wanted to give this review that this is a movie that I recommend if you're into filmmaking because it shows what you can do with very limited technology. And it's also a study in how you can make satire really good. The problem with the movie is that people, like the humor these days, like it's not, it's finding its way again. But if you look at the movie as fun satire, it's hilarious. And it just the more I actually think about it, the more I laugh at the stuff that they did. So yeah, if you love satire, watch this movie. It's sort of like Fish Called Wanda, and I don't give that compliment quickly, where it's self-referential. It understands what it's doing, with the quote realism of the story, and then anyway, it's a great movie. I could talk about it for a while. I really enjoyed it. Hope you found this review helpful. If you watch it, let me know in the comments if you liked it. If you did watch some of it and you're like, oh, this is stupid, start again, thinking, hey, this is satire. Okay, I'm watching satire. And I think if you're in that mode and you get into the feel of the movie, you'll start laughing your head off because there are some real howlers in that movie. All right, thanks for watching.